Heyo everyone, Hexi here, and today we're back on the final Unicorn mission. It's Unicorn versus the Neo Zeong, and I decided to bring Riddy the Dick and Benager along because I thought it would be funny to see two full-armored unicorns on this mission. And also I'm going to be using the Kshatriya. It has 10 shots on its regular beam rifle. It has 2 shots with its high-powered shoulder cannons, and it has 3 shots on its funnel attack. Now there are a lot of enemies packed into this level, and that's because they did not have a lot of room to work with. It is a very small space. You might recognize it from the Zeta levels, only it's like a much more trimmed down version. Anyways, we're gonna have to take out this enemy ambush over here and watch out for the sniper. Because right behind this sniper tower, there's our first chest. Now we're gonna wanna have to take out these Girazulus, and there are a lot of them coming up. There's not a whole lot I can do about that though. The enemies are getting damage spongy, but there are only 2 levels left in the game. So I'm hitting you with a special double feature and finishing them both off. Here's our second chest hiding in the little cleft inside this building. You just want to have to go in there and get it, and then a bunch more enemies spawn in. Now you're not going to want to go into that boss arena just yet, even though the game insists on locking you onto the Neo Zeong, even though you can't damage it from out here. And instead you're gonna want to follow this canal here. You gotta go under the bridges, and there's the third chest, just hiding down here in the corner. Now we're gonna want to cut across the middle of the map here, not get taken out by this Girazulu sniper, and instead go into the cleft in this building, which also has a chest. You just gotta keep your eyes out here, because like I said, it's a small level, and they packed as much shit in here as possible. It's a good level for grinding if you need to raise up your capital, though. Just wipe out these 2, and watch out for the back attack. It's always an ambush. You don't want to get back shots from the enemies. And then you're going to want to drop down into this trench here and pick up the next chest. Now there's only one more chest remaining, but it's in a really not obvious spot. Back here, hidden on top of this small building, right behind the big one, so it's obscured from your vision. And see, now we have double the Riddy, double the Benager, double the Dick, and full frontal nudity, perhaps. Now, thankfully, his boosters don't have a lot of health. We can get him into phase 2 really quickly, but he does have the anti-beam shield. So you're gonna want anti-beam shield or anti-eye field parts in order to take him down. But like I said, in a moment, his boosters are gonna break off, and then we'll be in phase 2 of this fight. There they go. Now here comes the spa! And that chest beam does decent damage to him. It's just a shame that the Kshatriya takes so long to recharge. At any rate, things you're gonna want to be aware of when fighting him is how he stands in the middle of the arena and spins around firing his lasers in all directions. And he has funnel fingers, which can fly around and shoot you from awkward angles. So you're gonna want to make sure that you get omnidirectional guard parts for this mission. Gonna want to guard against the big chest beam. And it won't do that much damage, even if you don't perfect guard it. There go the finger funnels, and we've got him stunned for the first time. Whenever he gets stunned, it's the perfect time to wail on him and rack up the damage. And now he's in his ring mode. Now whenever he gets to this third phase, this is when he gets really aggressive with the tackles. You're gonna want to make sure that you guard every time he does that stupid little spinny move. And if he tries to grab it, you're gonna want to hit him with the reversal. Hell yeah. He's still got some beam attacks left in him, but he really likes to do the charging now. And you're gonna want to watch out for it because it has a big area where it can hit you, and you do not want to be behind him whenever he starts charging. Here goes the spa again, and his eye field reconstituted itself, so I wasn't able to do any damage with it. But he is stunned, so at least I can beat the shit out of him. And he almost broke out of the stun there, but we got him back in. Down he goes. That's it for you, full frontal. Make sure you cover up next time. And now we're on to the final 00 Gundam mission. We're gonna have to take out some generators. And I brought along Hallelujah Haptism and Setsuna using the 00 Riser, because I thought it would be a good idea to have 00 and Hexi on the same mission. It just seemed like a funny combination. I'll be using Reborn's Gundam. It gets 8 whole shots on its beam rifle, 2 on its shield fang missiles, and then 2 on its back fin beam gun. Or beam cannon, rather. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but up on that cliff, there's a chest. It's not even a hidden chest, it's an out-in-the-open chest, which would make it an exposed chest. Oh, how scandalous. Anyways, we're gonna have to take out these various, grunt units down here. You're just gonna want to watch out for the enemies up on the cliffside because they're going to try and pick us off from afar, while the GNX-3s down here are going to try and melee us. It's a pincer attack and you're not gonna want to fall for it. Now we're just gonna work our way up there. Unless this guy gets brave and decides to come down and fight us in person. And then we're going to want to jump up here, get knocked back down, but that's okay. We're just going to get back up on our horse and beat this guy into the dirt. I'm going to want to go and grab that exposed chest real quick, and then deactivate the generator. Now we're gonna have to proceed on to the next one, but first, it's protected by more grunt units. They're guarding this little ravine here, and we have to move from one side to the other while avoiding their fire. It's a little annoying, but dodging their attacks isn't too difficult. I'm just gonna jump up here, and it's not high enough to get that ledge, but we'll come back for it. Not to worry. Now we gotta take out these A-heads. And I'm not trying to insult them or anything. That's not some weird euphemism. Their mobile suit is literally called A-head. What a bunch of A-heads. And then we're gonna wanna head up here and up. Enemies are attacking from behind again. Who would have guessed that it was another ambush? But we wipe out those guys, and then we head right back up the cliff. And now we're finally at the right elevation to cross this gorge and pick up the chest. And then we're gonna wanna head back up here. And there's a mister waiting for us. They're a little bit tankier than the average enemies, but not that much tankier. That's our second generator down, and we're on to the next one. Just gotta head through yet another canyon. But thankfully, this one ends with a cliffside. Now, this is a bit of an uphill battle, because the game likes to spawn in a load of enemies right here. A big fat load of them. And you know, I wasn't expecting to shoot that cliffside, but you know, shit happens. The game pushed me back, and I was expecting to stay at the same elevation, but there I go applying physics to video games again. I was expecting the force to push me up, and the video game was like, oh no, that slope is down. So we're gonna grab these two chests at the cliff's foot, and then we're gonna climb the side. And then over here we've got a bunch more A-heads. They really are a pain in the butt though. Like I said, it's just gonna spawn in grunt units after grunt units. That's kind of this part of the mission in a nutshell. And after chasing these guys off the cliff, I'm gonna have to climb back up the cliff. What a pain. But we're finally down to our last couple of A-heads. And then this is the last generator, so after this we just need to go and fight the boss. Go ahead and deactivate that generator. And look, they gave us a chest. You know I love grabbing chests. What a great reward for deactivating all those generators. And now the big orange shield at the beginning of the mission has come down, and we can fight off these misters fighting the Hexia. This is supposed to be a challenging fight, but like I said, they're not that much tankier. And I don't know if you noticed it, but whenever you defeat them all, the game spawned a chest there that just happened to be under me, so I automatically picked it up. Fight off these last two misters, and then we can go on to the boss fight. And oh no, it's another ambush! I guess there were two more misters that I need to fight. No, that's what they're called. M-Y-S-T-E-R, mister. But it's spelled like meester. Anyways, now we get to watch Hexia fight GUNDAM. Thankfully, this is kind of a downer for a final boss fight, but this is what we got. Gundam mostly just does little charges with his beam sword held out, and he has this one move where he does a flip and shoots an explosive blast at you, and it's spa time! Anyways, you're gonna want to guard for the explosive shot because if it hits behind you, it can knock you off your feet, and that's a little annoying, that's all. His guard is really easy to break, so you're gonna have him knocked down a lot. It's the perfect time to initiate any aerial attacks if you want to do those. Just know that he recovers more quickly than a mobile armor. And yeah, like I said, this is just kind of a clusterfuck where we gang up on him. Not fair in the slightest, and yeah, that's why you want to guard those explosive blasts. Just gonna heal up here. And there we go. Get in a few more back shots. And just dodge that beam saber charge. He also does that one where he leaps in the air, but it's basically the same and really easily telegraphed. Anyways, that's it for the true missions, guys. We are all done with the main gameplay. I'm gonna do one more video about boss strategies for the irregular missions, and then we're done. That's all I got time for this week. Ciao for now, and Hexi out. Thanks go out to my Patreon supporters. Your donations mean the world to me, and I thank you for supporting my future endeavors.